In case you've never seen any of my videos, the way that this works is I go over each half of every game, starting off with the first game of the night, which is 76ers versus Celtics. So let's get into it. I thought we were going to see another game where Jason Tatum was just terrible and it was all down to Jaylen Brown and the rest of the Celtics team to really carry them to a win today. I was wrong because Jason Tatum started with about 2 points in the first quarter and a little bit of the second quarter, but I won't lie to you, he really turned up the heat because he ended the half with 15 points, but it's not like he was shooting well from three, and I think that's really where he switched up the flow because he went from shooting 1 for 6 from three to really starting to attack the paint and getting 9 free throws, which is where you see majority of his points come from. Now, Jaylen Brown, who I originally thought was going to be the guy, like I said, to really carry the Celtics team to a win. We've seen it before where Jason Tatum isn't good. It's mainly Jaylen Brown who steps up. He ended up getting 3 fouls, and now he's in foul trouble. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see if maybe the refs are a little more lenient with him. We'll see if that'll affect him or not. But as of right now, if anyone is going to step up, it will be Jason Tatum. Marcus Smart is doing well. Al Horford, though. Ladies and gentlemen, Al Horford is shooting 0 for 6 from 3. 0 for 6 from 3. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. Get his ass on the bench. Get him some Gatorade. I don't know, something to stop that because that obviously is not good at all, especially when you're down by almost 10 points. But yeah, like I said, my main thing for the Celtics on this half was really Jason Tatum, but he really picked it up, and I think that they have a fair fight in this game. But the 76ers might not let that happen because obviously you have MVP Embiid dropping 21 points in the first half, and someone else who I'm happy to see really be involved in this game so far is Tyrese Maxey. Now, we know that he can drop 20 points. We know that he can drop 30 points, right? We saw it in this series, but for most of these games, he dropped maybe 14, maybe 10, maybe 11 points, and I want to see him be more active. I want to see him be more active on the offensive end specifically, and him being another threat for the 76ers on offense would just be great. I don't know why you wouldn't want that. So it's great to see him starting to get those shots up now. He's shooting 3 for 5 from 3, which is honestly really nice. James Harden is also doing his fair share in the game. He started off really hot. He has 10 points right now, shooting very good, but it will be interesting to see if he can continue that. There's this new thing going on Twitter where if James Harden's fit isn't crazy and like insane, he's gonna have a bad game. Today, he didn't have that crazy of a fit, so we'll see if his game continues to be good or if it's a bad game. As of now, though, he's doing good. And someone else who I think deserves a lot of credit for how good the Sixers have been this half is Tobias Harris. The man is shooting 5 for 8 right now, 12 points. He also is in foul trouble, though, so we'll see how that goes for him. But as of right now, the 76ers have multiple threats on offense, and I'm not sure if the Celtics can really keep up. But one thing that really makes me mad about the Celtics is that they don't play Blake Griffin. I feel like he could be such a huge factor in this game and someone who could really... I'm just fucking with you guys. I'll see you guys at the end of the game. And just like that, the Philadelphia 76ers take a 3-2 lead in the series. This could have been the best game the 76ers have played in the entire series or maybe the entire playoffs because this game was a total team effort. And I was saying at halftime how much I loved seeing Tyrese Maxey's aggressiveness and seeing him on offense. This man scored 30 points. This man scored 30 points with 7 rebounds and 3 assists. I'm telling you, Tyrese Maxey, I just love seeing him have these performances. I think it's so special and great for him. He's such a young player, but I feel like we only get flashes of it. Even though there are kind of a lot of flashes, there's still flashes. He doesn't drop 30 on a consistent basis. If he can play this aggressive offensively and put up this many points every game, 76ers are scary. You also have Tobias Harris. Everyone that we really talked about at halftime really put in that work to keep the lead. There was a moment, I think halfway through the fourth quarter, where the crowd was loud. The Celtics were almost coming back. They were kind of feeling themselves, starting to pick up some momentum, and Tyrese Maxey hit a 3. And just like that, momentum was gone. Fans got quiet. Fans started leaving. And then also to put the cherry on top, you had Joel Embiid hit a 3. That just ended them. They were done after that. So having someone like that, Tyrese Maxey, who didn't crumble under that pressure, didn't let the crowd get to him, that was huge. That was so huge. Really big to see, especially for a young guy like that. And honestly, my biggest thing when it comes to the Celtics was that Tatum and Jaylen Brown had no help. And usually with the Celtics, you know, they're passing all around. They can hit 3s consistently. You know, you can kick it out and really find the open man to hit a 3. Or just in general, their team will step up. No. It was only Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. No one else was there to help. You had Al Horford, who, like I said at halftime, was shooting 0 for 6. He took one more shot. It was one more 3 attempt and missed it. He ended the game going 0 for 7. That is just ridiculous. Overall, though, the Celtics needed a lot more help in this game. Tatum did step it up. I feel like that's really important to mention. You know, he started off rough, but he really picked it up, ended the game with 36 points. I think it'll be interesting to see how this series goes, especially with them now going back to Philly. And, you know, we've seen the Celtics beat them in Philadelphia. Anything can happen in this series. Anything can happen. If the Celtics team can step up, it'll be interesting. But in my opinion, the 76ers played a perfect game today. But now moving on to the other big game of the night, we have the Phoenix Suns versus the Denver Nuggets. So I'll see you guys at halftime of that game. We are officially at halftime for the Denver Nuggets versus Phoenix Suns game. I'm not gonna lie, this is a lot closer than I thought it would be. I wanted to simply start it off by saying I think that Devin Booker might be the best playoff performer we have seen all year so far. I know a lot of people think it's Jimmy Butler. I don't know, man. Devin Booker is really on that shit. And I feel like no one really gives Devin Booker the credit for being the best playoff performer because everyone just says, oh, well, he has KD, thinking that that's some sort of like, oh, he's on a super team type thing. And I went over the entire Phoenix Suns super team thing in my last video, but they are simply not a super team. So when I see the Miami Heat and I see Jimmy Butler, I see him having more help than Devin Booker does on the Phoenix Suns. Now, I'm not saying that the Miami Heat are better than the Phoenix Suns, but when it comes to help, because everyone loves talking about help and how players play by themselves and all this stuff, and no one likes a team, Devin Booker has one other player to rely on, and that is the entire point of this Phoenix Suns team, and that is how they're playing, how they have been playing the entire series. Is basically a two-man game, okay? That's all they've been doing, but man, Devin Booker's playing great. Kevin Durant played for basically the entire first half, which is very interesting to see how much time he gets of rest when it comes to the second half. We'll see how that goes. It's not even like he was shooting really well. I mean, he was shooting 0 for 3 from 3, 5 for 16 from the field. I mean, he wasn't even playing that good, but for some reason, they just kept him on the entire half. Very interesting. Sorry that my face is blue. There's a commercial going on. But when it comes to the Denver Nuggets, this man, Michael Porter Jr., in the first quarter specifically, he was kind of cold in the second. The first quarter, every single three this man wanted, it was going in. I'm pretty sure he ended the quarter going 4 for 5, which is ridiculous. And I immediately thought, damn, okay, we're going to see a game here. You know, we're going to see one of these other players on the Nuggets really step up. He's gone cold. He's really gone cold. He scored only like 2 points or 1 point in the second quarter. But either way, that was huge for the Nuggets, right? That was big. And yeah, this half ended with a 22-7 run from the Phoenix Suns. They were on something, man. They were on something. But it's all just kind of like the basic stuff when it comes to the Phoenix Suns. You know, Devin Booker, KD doing their thing. The rest of the team really just doing role player stuff. No one else really stepping up or doing anything huge. Just the basics, to be honest. So yeah, I can't wait to see how this game ends, though, because I feel like it's going to be a really close one. I'll see you guys at the end. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not surprised that the Nuggets won this game. I said before when the Suns won their 2 games that the way that they win, the only way they can actually go through and win a game is if Booker and Kevin Durant both have insane historic games, and today wasn't their night, and that's normal. That's normal for players to not put up insane numbers every single night, and they didn't do it tonight. They couldn't get it done. Maybe it's altitude, maybe they're just out of breath. I don't know. Devin Booker still played great. Not gonna say that he didn't play good. He still put up amazing numbers, still shot really good, but overall the team just couldn't get it done, and they couldn't do enough to really get them over the hump. They actually ended up quitting like halfway through the fourth quarter. That's how bad this was. That's how bad this was. They ended up quitting halfway through the fourth. That's crazy. And I know it's not the end of the series, and I feel like I'm kind of getting ahead of myself by mentioning this, but I see the Phoenix Suns shopping DeAndre Ayton by this offseason because this man, oh man, as a first #1 pick, it's been so bad. It's so bad to watch. I always say in all my videos that I'm a huge fan of Ayton. I always want him to do well. I feel like he has the potential to do well, but he's not ready for it. He's not there. He just can't do it. On the Nuggets side, though, Michael Porter Jr.'s first quarter performance helped boost his team tremendously, get the crowd involved, get them really started off the right way. But him, as well as the entire Nuggets team, all played great. I'm kind of tired of seeing everyone overhype the Suns and say that they have a chance, when, to be honest, they won't do anything. I know that they were favorites for the championship as soon as they got Kevin Durant and all that stuff, and I think that Chris Paul being out honestly makes his team a little bit better, but that's just my opinion, because to me, I like seeing Booker have the ball in his hands way more than Chris Paul. Chris Paul, you know, his age has been showing recently. What I'm getting to, though, is that the Suns wouldn't have won the championship anyways if they do lose this series. They would have no chance of actually winning the championship if they were still in. And like I said, it was like the 2 main conversations when the Suns got KD. One of them being, oh my God, it's Booker, Chris Paul, and Kevin Durant. And the other one being that they have no depth. I thought that the no depth was okay because they were still a great team. You know, there's some good players on there. This postseason has really showed that no, they don't really have it like that. But I'm not going to overreact and say that the Suns are going to fail as their organization goes on, because in the offseason of next year, they are going to pick up great pieces and key players to push this team and help grow their base. With that being said, I feel like the Nuggets will take this series. I know that sounds a little bit bandwagony of me, but I've actually been saying that even when Booker was dropping fucking 50 crazy ass points, because they simply just can't do that. They just can't keep up historic performances night after night. It is not going to happen. I will say last time I said that, they did it 2 times. So we'll see how it goes. And also, let me know down in the comments if you enjoy this type of format when it comes to my videos. I feel like it's a little bit more different than everyone else who just kind of waits for the games to be over and then talks after them. I feel like I'm kind of watching the game with you guys. So yeah, like I said, let me know down in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe. Click the video up on the screen if you did enjoy, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Later.